Friendlies in sight. Building in sight. South to north. Run in hot.
Hey killers, Sheepdog here. In this video we're going to take a look at setting laser codes. One quick tip, do this while you're on the ground. It can be pretty complicated to do in the air. So let's get to it. So we're going to be looking at how do we set laser codes for our weapons in our TGP. You may never do that if you play by yourself, you just use the defaults, but if you're online playing with a squadron, it's good to have separate laser codes identified for your weapons. So one thing that you want to consider would be ensuring you have your net ID configured, and that will help you a little bit in determining laser codes as a standard. You can set them to whatever you want, but if you're flying with a squadron, chances are they've got a standard established. So I'm going to click the USB here next to net. The group I normally fly with is the 75th, so my group ID, using the UFC, I'm going to hit 75. So my group ID is 75. Own ID, so typically we have flights of 2, so it'll be 1-1 and 1-2 for the first flight. The second flight, 2-1, 2-2. I'm going to be 2-2. 2-2. So I'm in the second flight, and I'm a wingman for my group ID of 75. The next thing we want to do is go to our DSMS page. And this will show us all the current weapons we have. I've loaded up a lot of stuff here with laser codes. You can see those flashing 1688 being the default codes. Now to change those, we have to go to our inventory page here. And then you need to pick which one of these you want to work on. We'll do our GBU-12s first. Currently it's 1688. So in the inventory page, you have to basically tell it what it is as far as what the bomb is. You're programming it. So we're doing GBU-12s. GBU-12. And then over here, you can see the laser code, 1688. So you're kind of limited on the numbers that you can actually use. What we use in our group, since we're the 75th, your first 2 digits would indicate who you are. In my case, the first digit is going to always be a 1, and the second digit, I am a part of the second flight, so I'd be 1-2. And then if you're a part of the first flight, your last 2 digits would be 7-5 as part of that 75th group ID. The second group would be 7-6. The third group would be 7-7, and so forth. So using the UFC, since I am a part of the second flight, I want to be 1276. That indicates that I am the second element, the wingman, of flight 2, because we're using the last 2 digits as 7-6. So using the UFC, I hit 1276, and then I'm going to hit this OSB, and we see that update. The one thing that you really want to pay attention to down here are the 2 load buttons. If I hit this one, it will only impact that one station for those 3 GBU-12s. So you can actually do load symmetrical, and it will update that laser code for the corresponding station. So now if we look at stations 4 and 8, they now have that code for 1276 on both stations. Alright, let's go to the AGM-Ls. Those are a little bit different. So we're still on our inventory page. It is a missile, and the code's in a different place up here, 1688. We're still going to use the same code, 1276, and that's loaded up. Now, I only have one of these, so I wouldn't do load symmetrical. That would mess up the other bomb rack. Here, I'm just going to hit load, and now we can see that that one's saved. Now we do the AGM-65E Echo. Same thing, we're on inventory. I'm going to hit the button here for that station. I gotta say that it's a missile. So the same thing with our code. 1276 on the UFC. Hit that OSB button. It's saved. Load. Good to go. Alright, let's look at rockets. That one's a little bit different. So these are laser guided rockets. So same thing, just it's in a different location down here on the left. We're at 1688. I want to change that to 1276. Load. And load. Now I'm at 1276 for all of my codes. The only one that I'm missing here is my GBU 12, station 6. It's a GBU 10. Sorry, I said 12 earlier. GBU 10. And the laser code's over here on the right. 1276. Load. And now if we look at our inventory for laser codes, everything should match to 1276. Now let's go take a look at our TGP. Okay, so in our TGP, we want to make sure that it is turned on. Alright, so this laser here is your target designation laser. So that number needs to match what you just tied your weapons to, so when you are using your laser, those weapons know exactly what target you want them to go to. So same thing with UFC. I am 1276, hit that OSB, and I'm updated. Now this LSS is laser spot search. This one's great for buddy lasing. So let's say I'm in a flight of 2. I am 2-1. And again, we indicated that by the way we used our laser code here. My lead would have his laser code set to 1176. So if I change this LSS to his code, 1176, then when he is lasing something, I would be able to pick that up in a buddy laze. Hope this one helps you out. Keep training and get at it. Sheepdog out.
Attack!